G'day guys, hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Scott and I've taken this show on the road once again. Now I'm parked out the front of Penrith Valley Regional Sports Centre and I'm all geared up for Collector Con Penrith. Now this show is put on by the same organisers as Collector Con Campbelltown, which we checked out last month. If you haven't seen my Collector Con Campbelltown video, I'll put a link to that up here or down below in the description. But guys, just like the Campbelltown show, tickets to Penrith Collector Con were sold in time slots. But unlike the Campbelltown show, where I missed the boat on the early bird tickets, I managed to get my act together and get in early. So I've got a 9 AM ticket slot. It's about 20 to 9 right now. So I'm about to get in there and try and be one of the first to kick down the doors and get in there and see what we can find. Now guys, in addition to, I think about 250 tables of collectible goodness, there's also some other really cool things that the organisers have lined up for today's show. From what I understand, there's going to be some indie pro wrestling there, which will be fun to check out. Maybe some Dungeons and Dragons campaigns. So we'll see how those look. But guys, you know me, I'm there for the vintage goodness. I'm there for the vintage action figures, maybe some retro video gaming, maybe some other cool stuff. So let's get in there, let's check it out, let's see what we can find, and then we'll meet back here for the pickups. See you in there. Alrighty guys, that was Collector Con Penrith. We're back in the car in a different location because where I was parked before, there was a lot of action. There was people coming and going from their cars and there was lots of road noise of cars driving past. And I just wanted to find a quieter location to film this part of the video. So that was Collector Con Penrith, a really fun show, bigger than I expected. So 2 pretty large halls full of tables. As far as the collectibles go, there was kind of something for everybody there. There was lots of Pops, there was lots of Hot Wheels, there was lots of Star Wars Black Series, but you wouldn't have seen those because I tend to focus on the stuff that interests me in these videos, and that's the vintage stuff. And there was quite a lot of that as well. And then there was also some other fun like the pro wrestling and the Lego Builder minifig and Dungeons and Dragons and all those types of things. Lots of vendors, some very familiar faces, but also some new faces there. There was also some new people that I spoke to that were doing their very first show. So look forward to seeing more of those guys and girls at the next show. Alrighty guys, let's get into the pickups. We're going to start hot right out of the gate with the very first thing that caught my interest when I walked through the door at Collector Con. And it's from a toy line that I wasn't really familiar with. A couple of weeks ago I watched a YouTube video of another Aussie YouTube channel called Keep On Collecting, and they did a toy room tour, and in that toy room tour I saw the vintage toy line Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure from 1991, released by Kenner. And I honestly hadn't seen it before. I'd never seen the figures before, but wouldn't you know it, first thing that grabs my attention when I walk through the doors at Collector Con is this Bill S. Preston Esquire vintage figure with his guitar. Guys, I love this figure. I was so happy to spot it. Didn't even matter that they didn't have Ted there. I was grabbing Bill. Like I said guys, 1991, released by Kenner, and this figure was actually part of a 2-pack, obviously with his bandmate, Ted. So super happy to pick this guy up. You know, really nice condition, you know, got his guitar, super happy with that. And guys, for 20 bucks, I was never gonna not buy this. So again, shout out to Keep On Collecting. Really happy to have Bill S. Preston Esquire in the collection. Next, we've got another figure from 1991 from another toy line that's new to me. I don't have any of these figures as well, and I'm talking about the Robin Hood Prince of Thieves toy line. We've got the Robin Hood figure here from 1991. You know, just a bit of a random pickup because I don't collect these figures, but I'm always on the hunt for new toy lines to venture into, and this is one that I have been thinking about lately. But really what made me pick this figure up was the excellent condition. So we've got Robin Hood here, beautiful condition, like pretty much zero paint loss, and he's got a whole swag of his accessories. So he's got his cloak here, and he's also got his crossbow with his arrow. So I don't know if this is complete. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research. For all I know, these accessories go with a different figure. I do think they go with this Robin Hood, and I am pretty sure it's complete. So, but like I said, a little bit more research needs to be done there. But this was a fantastic pickup, and he was 10 bucks. You know, if I get a complete figure in beautiful condition, even if it's a toy line that, you know, is not necessarily near and dear to my heart, I'm going to pick it up. But the other part of this is just supporting these vendors that are out here selling their goods. So really happy to have this Robin Hood figure from 1991, hopefully complete in the collection. Okay, so the next pickup was just a fun little cheap score, and it's a toy line that I have a few figures from. It's one that's close to my heart because growing up, one of my cousins who was a couple of years older than me had a whole bunch of these, and at the time I thought it was the coolest toy line I'd ever seen. And I'm talking about Dino-Riders, guys. I've got this little dino here. I believe this is the Monoclonius, I think. 1987 release from Tyco, part of an awesome toy line. This was one of the Rulons dinosaurs, the villains from the series. Got no accessories, no Dino-Rider figure to go with. But for 5 bucks, I'm always going to pick up a Dino-Rider figure or dinosaur for 5 bucks whenever I see it. And this was one of the new vendors that I hadn't met before. It was her first show. So really happy to support her as well by picking up one of these $5 Tyco Dino-Riders. So really happy to have this guy in the collection as well. And I think it's about time I display my Dino-Riders. I've only got a couple of dinosaurs, a couple of figures, but I think it's about time I get these out on display in the toy room. So guys, another fun score. And guys, we're going to finish with a bang. You might have seen the Jurassic Park t-shirt I'm wearing. I came across a really awesome Jurassic Park item that, again, I just couldn't not pick up. And it's a vintage Lunchbox. It doesn't have a year on it. I'm assuming it's a 1993 release. in line with when the first film came out. But beautiful artwork. It's in nice condition. It needs a clean, but the decal on the front's in really nice condition. And the cherry on top is that it comes with the Thermos. So it's got this beautiful Thermos. Just a really nice score. Guys, I've been keeping an eye out for these vintage lunchboxes that go with the toy lines that I collect, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Vintage WWF, the real Ghostbusters, or Ghostbusters movie for that matter, Toxic Crusaders, Dick Tracy, Crash Test Dummies. I've been keeping an eye out for these lunchboxes from the 80s and 90s. They got quite a bit of value attached to them. They're not easy to come by, so really happy that the first vintage lunchbox that I've got in my collection coincides with the toy line that I collect, Jurassic Park, and I think this is going to make a really beautiful display piece alongside those vintage carded and loose Jurassic Park figures and dinosaurs that I have. So really happy to pick this up. Another awesome vendor that I bought from in the past. Always great to see these guys and girls and just connect with other people in the hobby, whether it's vendors or other collectors, the familiar faces that I always see at these events. So guys, that's Collector Con Penrith in the books. I had an awesome time. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along for the ride. Now, as far as my next couple of videos go, I've got some pretty cool pickups in the mail at the moment, some eBay and Facebook Marketplace purchases, some local purchases, some that I've bought from the US that, you know, in the current conditions might take quite some time to get here, but whenever they do, I'm going to make some videos around those. But I've also really enjoyed making these videos where I take the show on the road, and I've got some cool ideas in mind for some future videos around getting outside of the collection room, getting out in the field and trying to find some cool pickups and bring you guys along with me. So they include both toy fairs, but also some interesting like flea market and vintage store trips that I want to take, you know, try and pick up some cool stuff, and also, you know, film those locations as well. So some cool stuff in the cards. But that's it for today. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit that subscribe button. My subscribers are over the 50 mark now, so that makes me really happy. And as always, I'd love to hear from you in the comment section if you have a childhood memory of any of these items here, or if from the footage at the show you saw something that you think I should have picked up. On that note, there was one item that I'm feeling like an idiot for not picking up, and that's a 1989 or 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles puzzle that's complete that I had as a kid. I had every intention to go back and scoop that up, but by the time I did, it was gone. That's a lesson learned. You snooze, you lose, so I've only got myself to blame for that. But you guys have an awesome weekend, have a happy Easter, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, bye.